Hi, boys and girls. So we are going to be learning about our last two ecosystems today. In the past week and a half, we have learned about our ecosystems that have few trees in them, like our grasslands, our deserts, and our tundras. We've learned about the different animals that live in these areas, the weather in these areas. Then we went on and learned about our ecosystems that have a lot of trees, our forest. We have the coniferous forest and the deciduous forest, along with our tropical forest. And the last ecosystems that we're going to be learning about today are the ones with water. All right, so there are two different types of ecosystems that have water. We have our wetlands, and then we will have our saltwater ecosystems. So our wetlands are land that is low and is covered by water half of the year. So sometimes the water is there, other times the water may drain out into the ocean. An example of wetlands would be Florida's Everglades. So there is some plants growing in this area, there is land, but water comes and fills up over this land. Examples of our like other freshwater lands could be our lakes, our rivers, our ponds, and our streams. A wetland is fresh water. So we have our freshwater and our saltwater. Different animals live in different types of water. So in some of our freshwater, in our rivers, our ponds, our streams, we have alligators, manatee, fish, and birds. Different types of birds live in different types of areas. So, and same thing with fish. There will be fish in our wetlands, in our freshwater, but there also is fish in our saltwater. So our wetlands, again, are lands that is covered by water at least half of the year, so the water can come in, overfill it. And Florida Everglades is an example of that. Our next one is our saltwater, which is our oceans. And we have learned in our previous chapters that the ocean covers so much of the earth, right? So it covers much of the earth's surfaces. There's lots of living things in the ocean, some things that haven't even been discovered yet because it is so big. The ocean goes very deep. So in our saltwater ecosystems, we have animals like clams, crabs, fish, otters, and seabirds, which are also like seagulls, maybe our pelicans. Um, so there are the animals that live in the salt water, in the ocean, like our fish, our clams, our crabs. Then we have our animals that live on top of the water in that area. In the ocean, there's 275,000 living things. That's of what they have discovered. Some of the other things that are in our salt water is the coral reefs. Coral reefs are alive. They are living things. They live in the warm, shallow water. But most of our ocean's living life is found 656 feet underwater. So when we go in the ocean or when we go fishing, we might find some fish, we might see some swimming, find some crabs, but most of the life in the ocean is 656 feet underwater, which is very deep. You would need a